So, making another video. Just to show what's actually going on the porch. Not whatever the phone company or whoever thinks is going on. So, yeah, there's nothing going on. Nobody's on a device. This is my iPhone. So, the only phone I got. And yeah, like I usually say, I make one phone call and one text message a night. I had to put these in because there was a horrible just pain and pressure in my ears just now. That started when I was in the car on the way home from the gym. Lasted about 20 minutes. Yeah.
I have chocolates and I have three left if you like them. They're $1 each.
Oh, I'm okay. Thank you, though. I've seen those boxes before. So, yeah. What else was I about to say on video? I'm going to call St. Charles and just report my job site. And then you guys can listen to how these officers talk. So that's the new thing I'm going to start doing. What else did I want to call? I guess nothing. I just respond to whatever they say. So yeah, it's all day. It's a demodulated sentence and picking up responses. And so if you respond back, or if it's something funny and you respond, or if they it could be as easy as them being like, "Oh, your gym shit ain't paid," and you're not supposed to respond, but most people just go, "My shit's paid," out loud or whatever. But nope, can't do that. So can't even respond in my own head without a phone company thinking it's a device. So, but yeah, and if you do, then there's literally people that think that they can send information to your nuts and through apps that are supposed to be connected to a device that are not. It's just a bad hack, because now they can send any information they want down through faking that there's an app down here, and through that, and also faking the locational data of everything is the reason these signals are hitting me in my groin. I'll feel heat just randomly, unprovenly throughout the day. Right when, if I keep the phone in the car, or if I'm working, just a random burst of heat right when I'm about to pick something up heavy, or just randomly. And it's up to me to, if I don't write it down, then yeah, nobody's gonna keep looking into it. But it happens all day, every day, to where it's just like, fuck. I feel like I've written enough down, but I want all of this shit looked into because it's just bullshit. I get hit all day, every day, and it's rough every single day. I'm at work. Being up on a roof with 60 sentences shot into your eardrums while other people are, yelling your name and stuff is not easy. Or even walking on the roof, trusting yourself walking on trusses while you got people shouting in your eardrum and distracting you is not easy. Not getting a full night of sleep doing it all is not easy. And then if you dare smoke weed, just fucking also not easy to pay attention, obviously. So, it's all about trances. That's the big thing, is they put you in a trance. So yeah, if you smoke weed, not even saying it's your fault. Well, it's not your fault a bit. But you smoke some weed, then they take advantage of that. You know what I mean? It's just, you just really got to try to just. You'll get it. I'll be getting a bad one. I'll just sit there and fucking like I don't know, but I used to. I don't really anymore. I know that because it's always information downloaded onto you when you're in that trance. But I used to just, because I had ADD, so it took me a long time to pull away from that. I would sit there in it. I didn't care how long it lasted because I'm just used to it. But I don't do that anymore. If I feel something putting me into a trance, then I just try to blink it out, snap into it. And then yeah, again, I know nobody wants to hear this shit. Oh, I ain't gonna say that, but Yeah, I guess I'll respond to them. Tell you guys what I hear out on the deck, chilling. So don't call us. So I'm sure that's because I said I was gonna call St. Charles County. I was gonna call them tonight on YouTube just so you guys can hear because they're all full of shit. So no one respond. So yeah, phone company or whoever or not whoever, but phone company, you can explain why there's a demodulated signal talking on my damn porch, but and that yaps all day until I put it on YouTube, and then now I finally get a little bit of silence. So thanks a lot for that shit. Yo, that's what I wanted to call. They all the St. Charles officers and even High Ridge now is spreading a bunch of rumors. That's the main thing they did in the beginning is I was reporting stuff to the officers, you know what I mean? Then I was calling like the higher ups, and I remember talking to one was Wilkinson or something, but he was like, "Oh, are you the one that claimed somebody put a chip in your head?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, no, I never said that. And then the other officer on High Ridge, I just called him, and he's like, well, you said that it was that he said something, the satellites are shooting noises." And I said, "Dude, that never did I ever say the satellites or nobody shoots a noise. They're demodulating a noise." And he's like, he goes, "You told me on several occasions that it's coming from the satellites." And I said, "Dude, I record every single interaction with you guys. Not one time have I ever said it's coming from a satellite. Like, what are you talking about? You're lying." And then he literally was just like, "You said that." I said, "Dude, you are lying." So it's like mind blowing. They're telling me what I said, and just so they can write again, they know that they can type that in a keyboard. And then now that gets saved in a fucking thing about my file. So anybody else up top that looks at it reads all this bullshit like, "Oh, he said this to this officer, he said this." It's all bullshit. So I've been turning this in for 6 goddamn years. Provenly 6 years. And it's just so fucking dumb that they do these investigations and they don't call you and ask you no questions or nothing. Or you can't tell them what to, how to get to the bottom of it or anything like that. But so that I want to call about the rumors, the fake 911 calls. Obviously, just everybody's calling and reporting shit. Everywhere I'm at, they'll come up like somebody called about somebody yelling and threatening, and I'm like, no, I don't got my recorder on me all day. Nobody's been doing that. I ain't heard nothing. That's happened on multiple occasions, and then obviously I would like walk up to Town West, plug in a laptop to they have like the office outdoor outlet. I remember plugging in a laptop and then turning around and the cops at the top of the hill and they just both get out and walk up. "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, again, did you guys have a 911 call right in that area just right before, and then you got to sit there for however long and wait for me to get to the top of the hill because they tracked me with these signals and then just pull right up." Stuff like that happened. If that happened one time, I wouldn't be telling this story like like it's a big deal, but it's happened every goddamn day. Plus, and then when that happens, it's like, dude, nobody just rolls to the top of the hill the second I walk up to the top of the hill for the 18th time. So that stuff was getting old. And then so I wanted to call that, and then their fake investigations, because the thing that they have is feedback and my voice. So every single person they've taken, again, it's going to a cell phone company. This computer's been able to fake out a cell phone company, so they're taking whatever signal that is bouncing off of my eardrum and putting it to a device and recording with that device. And so they're just trying to fake. And so the police department in the beginning knew that they had my voice. So when I kept calling and making them do something, and they finally had to do something, they just recorded my voice and said, "Well, he's willingly getting tortured," is what they did. I told them I cannot sleep at night. They try to kill me at night with these signals. You know what I mean? Like it's 24/7. And they just literally recorded my voice and said, "No, he's on a phone all day long," and they skipped these little bits of perfectly, well, this and that, and then I kept calling, and they kept standing behind. At first, the officers would not give me a report. They kept like writing me a number on a notepad, but not giving me like an official card. And then the number was no report when I brought that up to the police department. That happened like 2 times where it's just like you just want to give up, like you don't know what's, and then other times they can write that down and give it to you. So it was like that kept happening, and then they kept telling him like, hey, I got all this evidence on SD cards of this was happening. You know what I mean? This got faked. Uh, this was recorded. All this stuff. I put it on SD card, and they were like, we can't accept SD cards, and we might be bugs to you might put on our computer. And so then that happened for like months where I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? You guys don't have a website where you can like click and put evidence on. I've been calling about this. They all come out and say, we don't accept SD cards, until it got to like me calling 60 times, finally get to the higher up. And he's like, drop off an SD card for me. If you got something, I'll look at it. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Then I get robbed a bunch. Then I didn't trust them. I'm just like, well, anything I drop off, I got a copy. Because if I drop it off, they're going to snatch something off of it and hand it right back. They're going to. So it got so bad. And that's how I feel if they all tell me they don't accept evidence for fucking 8 months straight. And then all of a sudden, like, yeah, sure. Here, let me see something. It's like, whoa. So that happened. And then obviously I tried to talk to the chief of police fucking 100 times. They would not let me get through. Every time I go up there, they would ask me, like, just be dead ass rude. Like, it's just, or they just promise that he'll call me and then he never calls me. But so yeah, they're obviously fake investigations about me because they have my voice. And then they felt, and now they have to. So it's gotten so bad, I have to hire a lawyer because they won't do shit. I don't know. That's about it. I'll respond to. They don't want to say much. Dude, god damn it. That was a passionate one. So it started to hurt my ears again. They said, fuck you, you need to die. And whatever's coming in, it's this ear. So my right ear, and it hurts. And again, it's like stuff like this, it's just immediately when somebody says, fuck you, your ear just pierces, hurts. It's like, that's when it's like, I just wish you could fucking call the cops and report shit enough and they do something. But no, they need, everything has to be perfect. And, and then when their officers aren't perfect, they're going to stand by that. It's just, I don't know. Everybody's got a job to do, though. And that fucking job, like, you can't stand behind the codes. You have a job to do still. So I shouldn't have to do anything besides call. That's all I should have to do. They can get to the bottom of shit. But nope, I have to call, get to the bottom of it myself, then prove it to them. Then, well, that's not enough. You could have restarted your computer. I have, and obviously they don't take my word for it that this keeps happening. Like I claim, go ahead and claim this has happened for a year straight. I finally got all this on video. They're like, well, you could, it might stop now. Just restart your modem in your laptop and erase all your files on your hard drive and start new. And then now you have to keep files for 2 years and prove that, okay, this happened again and again and again and again. And it's just, I don't know. I'm bitching. They're obviously not normal officers. So, but I just heard every excuse in the book by them. So it's just, just nothing but cops unwilling to like if they don't know how to do something, that's not how, they don't know how to do it. It's like, dude, if I don't know how to do something, I go and ask my foreman or ask somebody. So go ask your foreman. It should be as simple as that. Go ask the foreman. Foreman can go ask the boss. Go ask somebody. Get the job done. I don't know what to do, but they all fucking just play fucking dumb. That just makes me so fucking mad. Okay, so I'm gonna call him tonight. I forgot about that. happened to that?
Hello, and thank you for contacting the City of St. Charles Police Department. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 9.
Wait while I transfer your call. St. Charles City Police.
Hey, how you doing? I got something to report. I was at work today. This is Brandon Dillick, by the way. But I'm at work today, and so same thing. I'm on Marius Temple Clare Road and Pirogue Street, right on the corner. The house is 9039, and there's a demodulated signal at the house following me around. So somebody is abusing the tower next to me, and all day I'm getting groin pain and temple pain and pressure in the ears. Pretty much using the power of a cell phone signal to hurt me all day while I'm at work. Because they're faking that there's a device in the area. And on their computers, it might show that there's a device, but there is no device.
Okay.
So, and you guys said you guys were pulling, they told me they were pulling court, or they're getting a court order to pull the records from the tower. And that was like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you guys had an update, but I've called and reported it and also called the detective and left them messages, and I haven't gotten a call back. So I don't know. Are you guys going to keep me updated or what? Like, I just feel like you guys just stop investigating it. I don't know.
I don't know any report that you are referencing, but if you spoke with someone and they said that they were doing that, then I would go off of what they're telling you.
Yeah, but they did it like 3 months ago too. They 911 said that they were going to investigate it, and then there was like an officer outside my job site for like 30 minutes, and then still after that the same thing, a demodulated signal every day at work at St. Charles coming from the tower. You know, and it's I don't do an easy job, so it's not like the easiest thing to put up with. You know, it makes every life in my job very hard. So I don't know if you could pass it on, have somebody call me. I've been calling, just have somebody call me and tell me what's going on. What do I have to do more to get this taken off or to get the FBI? I've already got High Ridge contacting the FBI, but just to have you guys too, you know, to just help would be nice.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. All right. So is this a report then? Because that's what I want to do is make a report every day. Is this like a non-emergency report?
No.
What do I have to come in to make a report?
Do you have any medical documentation stating that you are being harmed?
Yeah, I had to go to the hospital for my groin. I called, I mean, you guys have heard my 911 call. I called crying my eyes out because they hooked, I think they were trying to prove that there can be two devices in the same location giving feedback or something. They were making some point, but they hooked a horrible signal to my eardrum. It was so obvious. I mean, I had a pressure in my eardrum that was making me about cry. I couldn't even think. And I called 911 explaining the whole thing. Said these electromagnetic waves are literally getting, you know, I've had liquid shit for months now until this will stop. And still they didn't do, I didn't come in to do a report about it, but I've been calling about that. And yeah, so I went to the hospital a bunch, but that's more for me to like file a lawsuit about. I don't know why I have to give you guys my,
Well, if you're saying that you're being assaulted by radio waves, we need documentation stating that you are being harmed.
okay.
So what I can do right now for you is I can put a call and I can put the notes in stating that you're saying this. It won't be a report, but it will be documented.
Yeah, just document it. I mean, I can't go to the hospital every day about it. The address is, it's Marius Temple Clare and Pirogue Street, Pirogue in Newtown, St. Charles. And the house is not built yet. It doesn't have an address, but the lot is 9039. It's spray painted on the side of the house, 9039.
Okay.
Okay, thank you,
All
man.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in for you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Okay. Well, he was polite. Fucking it's about fucking 2 out of 75 though. But whatever. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Ow. I'm feeling so yeah, fucking today everything I hit gets targeted. Hold on. How was your day going? I remember so I knew stuff got targeted when I first they were taking advantage of like the winter. They would your hands would freeze within it would be like I remember when I noticed it was crazy, it's like 9 seconds of walking outside. Or it's just like of like a 32-degree weather too. It's not like 19 degrees. It'd be like 32 and just like 9 seconds you'd be like, what in the fuck? Dude, like everything's frozen. And then I had to bike to work. And then you'd come in and they take advantage if your hands did get hurt. You just feel you feel tingles, you feel way where you'd feel bings pinging off your hands and it get to your bone. And then when you're on your bike, I remember they target your lactic acid. My quads couldn't pedal within like seconds. You just had to fight through it. And the lactic acid is like a feeling of like 1,000 reps, not even 1,000 reps. Like, yeah, like you're on your 8th set. You know what I mean? Like nobody should be doing 8 sets or whatever it is, but it's like a feeling of your muscles just burning. But that's how I knew they targeted stuff. But then I remember I hit my elbow on something. And it was just kind of like a hit. And so I remember had like this bump on it. And I went and drove to the gas station and I went and felt the bump and it was massive. I'm like, what the hell? And I got out of the car and yeah, I had a hematoma. And it was unnatural. I just knew it was it was huge hematoma. And I knew they caused that. But anyway, yeah, so every day I hit something at work, you might tap your shin. And it's just the most cruel, stupid, sneaky shit about 2 seconds later, like 3 seconds later, just bing, 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 bing. And you'll feel it to your bones. It just hurts and everything flares to where like that shin like this, you hit it like that. You just feel like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Harder than that. But, it's dumb. And then, yeah, today something hit me in the eye. And then, I wiped it and got it out. And then my eye was fine. It hurt for first 5 seconds and then went away. And then like 25 minutes later, I already got targeted and I can just feel something. I couldn't even blink. And you know what I mean? I was like, ow. And it was obvious, like once pain goes away, it doesn't just randomly come back. It's obvious there was something on the eye, I did damage, but I didn't feel it. It went away. And then something just pinged a signal right off of it just to tear it up more. But And that's why I had to call. I forgot to put that in the tell the guy, but that's what happened today. That was just bullshit. Then fuck it. shit, this hood's down, bro.
Oh, look at your logic. Hey, kitty cat, I want you to stop it.
So so the thing that I said in my last YouTube video, but when there's, you know, 2 electric fields or 3 or who knows how much, but when they're good enough to, you know, for a computer to be able to analyze or tell that if it shoots these a certain way, that these 2 signals will bounce together and bounce information up a certain way, you know, is that they'll collide and be able to trick the phone company into the feedback of where your location is. If they're all bouncing together, those numbers are getting orchestrated, you know, and the electric fields are sprayed down like a perfect symphony, you know, perfectly to come at those ones, you know, like a song. But it see, once they're doing that, there's no way to be able to easily tell, you know, that I'm getting hit in the groin besides me being on video. Right when I walked inside, it started. Right when I get on YouTube, it stops. And I'm by a laptop now, so it makes no sense. But there's no way to tell besides getting that like signal forensics, you know. And so obviously, that's what I'm pushing for. Is after cell tower data gets pulled, or after I get cell tower data pulled, I want to get digital forensics and just be able to. Well, the one thing that I really want is just to know how much power hit me in the head at 1824. So that was my main lawsuit getting out of jail. It was just you know, I just wanted to know what hit me, because I just remember a couple instances where I just sat there just completely like and I said it, I woke up with a metallic taste in my mouth, and I just knew a lot of energy just hit me in the head, and it hurt me, and I just wanted to know what the fuck that was. How many, you know what I mean? I want them to tell me like 5G came from these 3 directions while the Wi-Fi's hit you 3 times, and that's 8. You know, I just want to know like 8 signals hit you in the ear at one time, or could have been 15. You know, that's how bad it was. But so that's what I wanted to know, is what hack or what the fuck company was responsible for that. And nobody had to tell me that there were violations with the towers and the phone companies at my address. Nobody had to tell me that. That was one thing, is I just literally, after everything happened, I'm like, first off, I know that it was obviously faking a company out or shooting a signal down, but I just knew like mistakes were made every day, you know. And obviously, you know, like the shit would have showed every day. And then I knew that with the power of the signals, obviously it's just, I'm sure the company's up there just like, what the fuck? And then it's the littlest excuse, like, well, they made an app to charge a battery with an electric field, possibly. We don't fucking, you know, who knows what kind of sketchy shit they did. But yeah, there's just weird stuff with the signals that come down on my house. Like, one is, you know, like, again, you get away with one thing, like every signal will be as powerful as it could be. You know, if a company doesn't care about one, it doesn't care about them all. You know what I mean? You need a police to actually be like, why is every single thing not the strongest? Like, normally it's all throttled. Every single signal's throttled. And then every single one is it's just a ton of bullshit. But yeah. So, and I mean, I could walk down the street right now a quarter mile, and this laptop will still be on YouTube. I probably should try it. I don't want to get rid of my streamer, but yeah, that's some bullshit. You know, should be like 30 feet from the router. You know what I mean? I've got a quarter mile, and that's a throttle like a motherfucker. You know, so it just gets fucking old. But I have to get to the bottom of it. You know, I got to call Charter and call Apple and call Roku and email Google and OneDrive, and I got to do all this stuff because the police won't do anything. And if I want security cameras for the night, you know what I mean? Besides YouTube, if I want to record my sleep, then I have to call Roku every week, every 4 days. You know, if I want my files to not be taken every single day, worked on, it's wireless electric. So anything I send is getting grabbed a little bit. Even if it's just, you know, whatever it can grab, if it can just destroy the image quality, you know what I mean? So now my image is getting sent, and that's what it does every time. All my images will come back with the quality messed up. And it's because they're nonstop just taking all that they can out of my files. So yeah. I'm just going to respond to them. So that's kind of the main thing to prove, is that there's a signal in my eardrum. So you can watch my eyes get grabbed. I fucking pop up again. So I can just hear Mern, but they're not talking. They don't want to talk directly. But yeah, it's a computer interface, so we got to find out who's on the other side, pretty much. But you know, like I told, I didn't tell the FBI yet, but I'm going to on my next email, is that look into the St. Charles officer's Wi-Fi and look at mine. You know, no matter if your computer says, you know, if you believe your computer that there's whatever, I don't know what it looks like on the computer, but I guarantee something weird is happening in the Wi-Fi's, and it's similar to mine, you know, where it might get away with it legally, but it's not usual. I guarantee something in my Wi-Fi is not usual, even though I'm not using anything all day. So that was the one thing I want to hit up is, there's little bits. Usually like a packet, you know, you'll send something out, like a text message will be a specific packet. Might be like 800 bits packet. And then all of a sudden everybody's Wi-Fi with this computer interface is spitting out 42, 42, 42, 20, 10, 84, you know, all these little minute bits that they probably have to make up reasons to pass, but it's actually other people's shit just getting sent right to my eardrum. So their thoughts, their words, and it's not just their words, it's their so when you got electric transfers information. It's what it does. It's going to carry information. So if you can get electric from my head to your head, not like saying that's all you have to do, I'm just saying it's possible that, not possible, it's happening right now, but when you can do that is when you can transfer what you think right to my head. I can feel the same thing you just thought. It will just get sent right to me, right to the right spot, and I can feel in the back of my head your emotion. So when you want to explain something or laugh about something or whatever it is, and everybody's got their own energy, you know, and so in your personality kind of explains a lot of, you know, probably 18 things behind the scenes. Just your voice will explain. And so everybody's energy is different. So that's the big thing in the interface, is not what you say, but you can send your energy. You can send, it's weird, but yeah, you can share energy with people and I don't know, and then analyze, you know, things about people from that. And so, yeah, it's like, you know, everybody's emotion is different. You know, my emotion of happy, I might just be like a giddy happy, and they might be like a happy, or who knows. But that's what I mean, is that emotion is what's getting sent. So I can feel their emotion, you know, them being happy. Them being happy is specific to them, you know, and then somebody else has a different feeling when they're happy. I can get that feeling of that person when they're happy. So that's kind of the wild thing. There's really a lot of wild shit with this, but that one is the That's the wildest one. I don't know. That's probably not the wildest one, but that's just one that I don't know. Should be out there for real. And then like you can also like enhance a thought. So like like you don't get, but like if you get a workout in that day and you just get out, you have them after effects of a workout. Let's say I have like I say I want to win the belt. So I have a workout, and after that workout I think about, while I'm listening to music, I think about winning. You know what I mean? And then that emotion that I get from that, it's going to be clouded by all the bad stuff I did that day. If I smoked 20 cigarettes that day, when I go and have that. So my point is a computer, I have that thought after smoking 20 cigarettes, it just kind of comes out bland, but I still have had it in the past. The computer can take out most of those cigarettes. Is kind of what I'm saying, and it'll make that thing happen in your head, better. It's weird, but it's got its ways of enhancing things, and so yeah, it enhances it kind of like that, and it also tries to recreate. Like, it gets to know you, your personality. When you're in this mood, you're in this mood. And so let's say one night you were just drinking and smoking and you just got in a really good mood. Well, the computer now knows that mood. And, the next night drinking and smoking, it might not be right time, but 4 months down the road, it's the right time. The computer will recreate that mood, it'll work on it. And then if you keep, having a good time, then boom, you'll have a great time because that computer was able to, and get you towards that mood as much as it could. It helped you, and because it knew that. So that's kind of how can help you get put in a better mood. It can also, again, just electric. It agitates stuff. It just sits, it disperses, but it does that a million goddamn times. And taking showers helps. But yeah, that's why I have electric just built up on my skin. But yeah, it also agitates. So it excites things, so like the cat, you see him on my videos, dude, everything my hand goes to touch, the cat goes to it, and it hides things. It's just weird. So obviously they're fucking with the cat, but their things are too hyper. When somebody comes up and they're like, it's just, you're a little more hyper if they're shooting electric in your ear. You definitely have more energy in every single vein that you have. If there's an electric field just in your ear. So yeah. Oh, and that was it, is the agitation. So again, when you're excited, or if all that energy, you're more prone to be agitated. It's not natural. And the littlest thing, I don't know. Again, we all don't know what this computer is doing technically. It's wireless electric. You don't fucking know. We're sending messages. We're getting energy. You can send smells. Do what you want. Yeah, smell. You can send it right to my ear, my nose. They sent me the smell of pussy right to my nose. I was like, oh, it wasn't what I wanted to smell, but it wasn't fucking nothing. Just never mind. But so yeah, you can say what you want, but again, we don't know how the computer's doing stuff. So I don't know if when you go to get mad, if it just nails that nerve and then you just fucking like, God damn, or if it's just everything is so built up that it's agitated. But however it does it, you will get so fucking mad at like this littlest stuff. And it usually does it by trying to complicate the day, and it does this to my whole family. It might say like, okay, I want 7 steps to his day, 7 hard steps. One is I'm going to fuck with the air pressure and try to get the guns to jam. He's on the roof today. Okay. Now we're going to get that yo-yo to get any ditch on that, it's always analyzing, but anyway, what it wants to do is it'll get people to call. So my mom will, call, hey, do you want to go to lunch? Do you want to do this? Hey, can you do this? Help me move. All your friends will be calling, asking favors. That's the one brainwashing. Then you get agitated. Then you get extra things in the mail. All these fake fraudulent things in the mail, just a little bit extra that you can get away with. Then extra text messages, just enough you can get away with. Extra calls from just California, just to add it up. Obviously, when you check now your email, you got all this spam. You don't realize that scrolling through all this bullshit is stressful until you have everything else piling up. And now you get on your email and you can't even find an email. And then I call, and then they'll get me busy right up until they'll always try to time it out to where right when my mom is getting in the car is when I have to call her, and vice versa. Same thing. The second I'm going to start the lawnmower or do something, my mom calls. But no, that's a bad example. Start the lawnmower. The second I'm going to type to the, second I'm trying to save a video that they don't want me to save, mom calls. It's horribly unhealthy. That's how good that it is. It's disgusting, but that is what happens. Is my mom will call right when I'm like about to save a file or type something out to Casey, or about Casey or whatever. But yeah, it's nasty. But yeah, that's just how you get people agitated. Is you stress them out slowly their entire day, and then these same people that I'm with all day long, or coming into contact with, they're not getting the sleep they think they're getting. You know what I mean? Everybody's sitting here in nature. All this air is moving slow. You know what I'm saying? It's moving slow. Not right now. Everything is flying. So, but you can't see it. So everybody's sleeping, at night, and they just don't realize all these little micro movements, in their eyes, any twitch, nonstop twitching in your eyes. You're not getting that deep sleep. There's electric in your eardrum, just figuring shit out, putting sentences in, building moods for the next day. And when I say that, you might just say, you can't build a mood. You can't make you happy all of a sudden like that. And again, that's not how this works. If I can keep enough electromagnetic waves at this part of your brain to where you're going to wake up dumb, and then later you'll be mad that you were dumb, and then that affected your mood. However it does it, or if it keeps it here to make you, and it's whatever it induces, it will fuck with your mood, obviously. I don't need to explain it more. But yeah, obviously, things getting shot in your head will fuck with your mood. And when it can pinpoint any location it wants, it can fucking do whatever it wants in there. So it's been crazy. It's been crazy. They used to tell me one of the similarities. So I've had a couple similarities. A couple weird things happen. So one thing was when I'm in the middle of this, I just started like cussing out the cops about, I don't have no ego. You know what I mean? For me, I don't get all butt hurt about somebody calls me a name or something like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't bother me because we can get mad or we can do whatever. But again, I keep hearing these butthurt people get all fucking mad and pissy or whatever. And I just kind of fucking broke it down to them one day. And then, I forgot. Yeah, never mind. I'll tell the story later at the end. I didn't like that beginning.